guys, in today's Disney Rewind, we're going to be sharing with you our favorite Disney movies from 1937 to 1977. So in this month's Disney Rewind, we wanted to change things up a bit and just talk about our favorite Disney movies. And we've each come up with a top 5 list. We haven't even shared with each other what our top 5 is, so I'm very curious how similar we are, how different we are. This should be very interesting. And of note, we decided to stop right at the 80s. So we're starting with Snow White, which came out in 1937, and ending with The Rescuers that came out in 1977. So we have that whole span of time right there. So let's just get going. We're just going to go back and forth, and we'll start with our number 5.
My number 5 is Cinderella, which is my only princess movie on my top 5 list. I just chose Cinderella because it was my only favorite princess movie of that decade or that time span. But it just had, like, fun little characters. Even Lucifer, who was evil, was a fun little character, and stepsisters and stepmother, even though they were evil, they were kind of funny at the same time from how mean they were and stuff and the stupid things they did. And it's just though there wasn't that much plot line going in, I still enjoyed it.
My number 5 is Peter Pan. I had a really difficult time trying to figure out my top 5, you guys. There was a time when Peter Pan wasn't gonna make my top 5. I was kind of going back and forth with about 3 other movies, but I ultimately decided to go with Peter Pan. Peter Pan is just classic. It has such a great story, fun and interesting characters. And Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is probably one of my favorite Disney characters of all time. So yeah, for that alone, I kind of had to give Peter Pan my top 5.
My number 4, and I don't know why, is The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And I think it's because I always thought it was probably a dumb movie, but I liked all the little stories that came in it, and it was just good humor and cool little characters and everything. And the storylines were really good, even though they were really short. There was a beginning and a middle and an end in all those little shorts. There was, 3 of them? And so there was, you went through everything in just those little shorts.
My number 4 is Cinderella. So you had yours at 5. I have mine at 4. Yeah, I'm pretty much the same with Stephanie. Cinderella is the only princess that made my list. Didn't much like Snow White or Sleeping Beauty. I was kind of disappointed with those. Cinderella, re-watching it as an adult, I was pleasantly surprised how much I enjoyed it and how fun it was, and I just liked the story and the characters. There was just so much about it that I kind of forgot, weirdly enough, considering how classic it is. It was just still so fun to rewatch it and experience it again.
My number 3 is Alice in Wonderland. It's for the
interesting.
For the weird, quirky characters and the colors. I think it's kind of like the first Disney movie that had so many colors going on all at once, and just the weird storylines and the crazy characters but fun characters at the same time, and strangely likable. I don't know why. So yeah, number 3, Alice in Wonderland.
At number 3, I have The Jungle Book. When we rewatched The Jungle Book, I was not expecting to love it at all. And very much like Cinderella, I was pleasantly surprised. Jungle Book was just so freaking fun, you guys. I love the music in it. I think the Jungle Book has the best music out of all of the classic Disney movies that we've watched so far, from the 30s to the 70s. It has some of the best characters, I think, the most lovable, such a great story, great message by the end too, I think. And, you know, the live action movie is coming out as well. And when I first heard about the live action movie, I was kind of like, you know, I don't care. But after rewatching the cartoon, that actually got me really excited to watch the live action movie now, and I can't wait to see what they do with that, and hopefully it doesn't disappoint me, because the cartoon was just so good.
My number 2 is The Jungle Book. And like you said, you know, it wasn't. I always thought it was a dumb movie, but then we watched it and I really enjoyed it, and I liked all the characters. They were fun, and even the bad characters, they had their own funness about them.
Probably some of the best Disney villains from classic Disney.
Yeah. And yeah, it had just really great songs too to go on with it, which was probably some of the first really good songs. I mean, there were some good songs in like the other ones, you know, but this was like the first movie that you liked all of the songs that were really fun and catchy.
At number 2 for me is 101 Dalmatians. I feel like I'm repeating the same exact thing for all of these movies, but seriously, I mean this. Like everything else on my list, rewatching 101 Dalmatians, I was pleasantly surprised once again. I can't believe how much I enjoyed that. I loved the animation. I think 101 Dalmatians has some of my favorite animation. Great songs, great characters. How can you forget about Cruella de Vil and her crazy driving? I loved just all of the Dalmatians. That's kind of what makes the movie, is all the Dalmatians and their personalities, and it's a cute movie. And it gets pretty intense. It was one of those cartoons, just even though I know how it was going to pan out, just even rewatching it, I was kind of all tensed up, like, oh my god, is Cruella going to capture them all? So yeah, it's like, even as an adult rewatching it, I still felt that intensity and drama and action, and it was all great. And we think we both have the same number 1, so we're going to test that. Like I said, we don't know. We're going to say it at the same time. So, after 3, say it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Robin Hood. I had a feeling Robin Hood was going to make our number 1. Well, I don't know why.
I was kind of duking it out between Robin Hood and Jungle Book,
really?
For me.
Yeah.
I was thinking, did I like Jungle Book more, or did I like Robin Hood more? So that was what I was trying to do with 1 and 2, was which one. I knew those two were in my 1 and 2. Yeah, I like Robin Hood.
Robin Hood has it all.
You know, it's got like one of the best stories. Beginning, middle, and end. It's all good through the entire thing.
I was never bored.
No dullness.
Never, ever bored.
And it's got great characters. And again, even the bad characters are great.
Mm-hmm.
Probably, well, Prince John probably is the best character.
Yeah, love him. But yeah, it's the same for me. Just not a single bad thing about Robin Hood. I loved it from start to finish. Just a really vibrant, colorful cartoon. I could watch it over and over again, never get tired of it. So yeah, that's our top 5. Do you guys agree? Disagree? Do you have some other favorites from 1937 to 1977? Just let us know your thoughts down below. And she really wants to give some honorable mentions. I kind of want to do that too. What are your honorable mentions?
Because there were 3 movies that I couldn't decide on if I wanted to put them in my top 5, and that was 101 Dalmatians, Lady and the Tramp, and Peter Pan.
I guess for me, I really wanted to put Alice in Wonderland also. Bambi.
Oh, yeah.
I was really torn about Bambi. I kind of really wanted to put Bambi on my list. And yeah, Winnie the Pooh. You had Winnie the Pooh on yours. Pinocchio was another one too. I don't know. I did have, if we had done a top 10, I could have definitely done a top 10, because there were probably a good 5 other movies that I was having a very difficult time trying to narrow it down. So yeah, that's it for this video, you guys. In the comments below, like I said, just share your personal top 5s of classic Disney, and we can have a conversation about it down below. So that's it for this video. We hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you liked this Disney Rewind, you may like these other Disney Rewinds. Bye guys.